Hey guys, how's it going? Today I wanted to show you how I changed the batting roll in my cutting desk, which is right in front of me. I get asked that probably more than any other question. Well, how does it work? How do you actually change the roll? In our prior home, it was against a wall and it would have been a lot more challenging. I didn't actually have to change it because we built this in February and then we moved in July. So it lasted that long, and it lasts me that long because I buy a 25-yard roll from Linda's Electric Quilters. What kind of batting do I use? I have always used Hobbs 80/20. I did try the 100% cotton one time. I didn't like the shrinkage that it did. I feel like the polyester cotton blend 80/20 works for me. It gives me the desired crinkle that I want, but the quilt size isn't shrinking a whole lot from what the size that I had, finished it. The other reason I love Hobbs is because you don't have to quilt super dense. You can do about 4 inches between. And then there are different ones. If you get some batting with a scrim built in, which is almost like a reinforced netting, sorta, you can go as much as 10 inches. I like the 4 inches. I like the flexibility. I like the wear. I used the Hobbs batting for my batting wall in my prior home, and that worked really well too. I feel like the Hobbs batting is a nice weight. They have a ton of different kinds, so it's really just a great company that you can use, and they've got wool if you want, warmer ones, all kinds of different stuff. But today I'm going to show you how to change this and a little bit more about the parts that we use to make this happen. This was a Ikea hack, and it is actually a dresser. It is the Hemnes dresser. We switched out all of the hardware, and then my father-in-law helped me build this. I kind of designed it, and then he helped. These are edge glued stained pine boards, and we clipped them together underneath with some table latches. So this ended up being 37 inches because I'm a little bit on the taller side. So we cut down about 1 inch, I think, from each foot. With the addition of the edge glued pine board, it was too high, so we cut it down. Counter height is typically 36 inches. And then I went ahead and stained it the exact same color, which is walnut by Minwax, as this desk here. And then I sealed it with a polyacrylic. This piece of hardware is from a curtain, not a curtain, but a blind that used to hang in our prior home. My father-in-law likes to save all the hardware because he says you never know. And he'd put up our new blinds. Then when we were looking for ideas, I found this. I decided that I wanted a dowel rod to hold it up because if the batting were to fall in our other home, I would always be having to dig underneath the desk because it sat against a wall. But it turns out it's even easy for, or even good for this solution as well, because I just keep it up to here. So this was a rod, or the bracket that hung the curtains, the blinds up, and then my father-in-law drilled a hole in this. I went ahead and stained this to match as well. There is one on each side here, you can see, and it holds it up. Now, on this side, this is actually just a closet rod. I knew that I wanted something to hold my batting because I used to lug it up to our basement or from the basement back and forth on this rod, this big, huge roll. So here's what this looks like without the roll in. I have recently added this trunk from an antique store that we purchased in Ohio. It used to be in my son's room, but I thought it fit perfectly there, and I'm going to use it to store my larger backings, like for my Minky, and then the Cuddle Luxe Minky by Shannon Fabrics as well. When the roll is there, it should still fit. I haven't actually tried it, but I will just pull this out when I change it, and then of course when I need to access the Minky, I can just pull it out, open it up, and then put it back in. But I had been struggling to kind of find a spot for the Minky since they come on larger bolts. They're a little bit bulkier, and I think that this is going to be just perfect. So on these trestle legs, I guess let me just talk about this cutting table first. The idea to use these came from, I was just trying to think like what could be a hack where we didn't have to build a custom island, because when we were going to be moving. Had I been in this house, I probably would have done or looked for something more custom and furniture-like, but it needed to be able to be mobile. So, you know, the need of having it to be able to be taken apart came up with this whole ensemble, which I love way more than any of my other initial sketches or ideas. So these are 2 trestle legs from Ikea, and we just set them to be the same height and support the back of this board here. The dresser holds the front. Eventually, what I want to do is get some beadboard and then just glue it on that back part and have it be white as well. It would even be a fun spot to do some wallpaper or something at some point. So this is the closet rod. My father-in-law, ever conscious of things being super stable, drilled a hole through it and put a U-pin on it so that way it doesn't come out, because he knows my boys. And then also so that it's not moving back and forth, we went ahead and added these. So in order for me to change this batting, all I have to do is pull this off, and I have to do it with both hands because it is a tough pin. And then I can pull out the rod, and then I will go ahead and put the batting back on. So I wanted to share the box here real quick. This is how big the roll is. Like I said, I get it from Linda's Electric Quilters, and it comes in this huge box. And they have really fast shipping, so I can order it and get it pretty quickly. This is the roll here that we put it in for the closet rod to go right through there.